Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video talking about some new items that were shown on Force Friday. This time I'm going to be talking about the s.h.figuarts Praetorian Guards. I believe I'm saying that name right, however I might be mispronouncing it slightly, so sorry about that if I am. But I'm very excited for these guards. When they were first shown, I really liked their design. I didn't think it was very Star Wars-ish though, and I still feel that way. However, as I'm seeing them more and more, and I'm seeing the figures and in Star Wars packaging and in Star Wars lines and in photos, I'm getting more used to the idea of them being in Star Wars, so I'm just being able to embrace their design in general, which is kind of exciting for me. So I'm very excited for these figures, or sorry, for these characters in the movie, and I am quite taken back by the figure arts that have been just shown of them. They did show several figure arts figures, including these three, as well as a couple stormtroopers, a regular stormtrooper, an executioner stormtrooper, Captain Phasma, Rey, and Kylo Ren. I'm making a video talking about these three figures, and then I am making a video talking about Captain Phasma. I don't plan to make videos talking about the others unless you guys really want them, so let me know if you do. But starting off with these, there are three different kinds here. They are all sold separately as well. Let's talk about this one first. This is the more of the what I would consider it's the weakest design in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of this version of the Praetorian Guard. I think it looks neat, but let's talk about it a bit. I think the head sculpt just looks a little too plain. It looks like a fencing head sculpt, but without any real flair to it. It's just so boxy. You know, you've got like a rectangle face and then the half circle helmet, dome. Nothing too special. The body though I do like a lot. I think that the armor pieces look very nice and very clean. I think it looks very cool, and it does look like his arms can be positioned very closely to the body, which I like to give him that very calm look. And obviously the skirt section, when it's not all broken up, when you have the legs out, it does fold together really nicely. It looks very slick, looks like it hangs down perfectly, which is great. Again, here's another angle. Not a big fan of that helmet design. It's just it's very plain in my opinion. And then even from the side, the chin is a little sharp, which is kind of nice, but overall, pretty plain. As far as his accessories, he does come with this like whip accessory, which I believe is like a spear that when you like press a button, it'll extend a bit and become limbs, so you can like use it as like a whip, which I think is a very cool design for a weapon, and I think that it does look very cool with him. So as you can see, and then when you extend the legs, then you can kind of break up the skirt section, and it becomes less like that. It would be cool if the skirt section was cloth. I think that would have really made this pretty perfect, I have to say, and you know, that would have really improved things. He comes with like this sword, which I believe is this whip, just all straightened out without it extended, so I believe that that's the case. He does look very cool with it though, and of course Figure Arts does have very nice articulation, and therefore you can really utilize the weapons that these figures come with. And then it comes with a spear. This is maybe my favorite accessory from the Praetorian Guards. I'm a big fan of this spear. I think that it looks very cool, very aggressive. I like the shape of the blade. I think it's very nice indeed. So as you can see, there's his three accessories: the regular spear with the broken up kind of whip version, and then this section, which is my favorite in my opinion. Next up, we have this one. This one is a similar design to the first one. However, I think that the helmet has much more, has a much better flair to it. I like a lot more. But the figure itself is exactly the same except for the helmet and accessories. So as you can see, the helmet looks very cool. There's a lot more line work to it. It's not like just a rectangle face with a half circle. It's completely broken up, and it has pieces where it extends high and then it kind of slims down as it gets smaller and things like that. And I do love the fact that the bottom piece of the helmet sticks out further and is very sharp. I think that looks very cool. This is probably maybe my favorite design for the Praetorian Guards as far as the helmet's concerned. I like that a lot. I think it's very nice. He does come with a larger spear, which I do think looks very cool. Maybe a little hard to pose him with, but I do like it a lot. I think it looks very nice. And he does come with, again, the same accessory that the other one came with, the sword piece, and then the whip accessory piece. So essentially the two of them both come with these pieces. However, their spear is different. I like the spear of the other one a bit more, but this one is still very nice. Then we go to the last one. This is the most different. It has a very unique design as far as the helmet's concerned, and I do like this helmet, although it does look the most samurai-ish, which it kind of throws me off from the Star Wars design. So although I do like it, I think that I prefer that other helmet just slightly more. But again, as far as I know, the body is exactly the same on all three of these. But as you can see, the helmet does look very cool. It does have a bit of flair to it, but again, it's a very samurai-ish look, which is odd for Star Wars, but it does look neat. His accessory is this double blade piece, which I think looks very nice. I do like these a lot. I think they look very cool, and they can be attached to each other to form a fuller blade. I do love the fact that it's kind of, it has so much flow to it. It's not just straight, it does curve forward, and then it, curves back almost like a half of an 8, which I think is very cool. And he does come with a sword again. I think that all three of them come with it, yeah, and the whip. So they're all going to come with that sword and the whip. It's just the other accessory that's different. So you get a different helmet and a different accessory with all of these. Otherwise, they're the same exact body and the same 2 other accessories. And I would imagine the same hands as well. So overall, I think that all 3 of these look very cool. And they're pretty decent price. I mean, out of all of these s.h.figuarts that went on pre-order, I believe that the Praetorian Guards are among the cheapest of them. Captain Phasma is the most expensive, and then I think in the middle somewhere is Rey and Kylo and some of the other stormtroopers, and then actually I think that the stormtroopers and the Praetorian Guards are the same price, which is the cheapest. But overall, I think that these look very nice. Do I want them? Yes, I absolutely want them. Do I plan to get them? Probably not, simply because I think that I'm going to be pretty happy with the Black Series figures. I think that I'll just be happier with them, considering they are going to be much more cost effective. The Black Series figures obviously retail for $20. These retail for about 50 to 55, I believe. And then when you put on shipping, because they're shipping from Japan, it's going to come out to, a solid like $65 for each of these. So overall, I do think that they look great. However, I'm probably going to be just happier with the deluxe figure, or sorry, the Black Series figures. And so far, the Black Series is making all 3 of these. They're making the one in the middle in a 4-pack. They're making the one on the well, I believe, which is which? Oh, shoot, I don't remember. But they're making one of them as an Amazon exclusive, and then one of them in Wave 2. So I plan to get all those Black Series. These, maybe I'll consider getting, however, don't have any plan to at the moment. Each of these comes out in a different month, starting in October, if I'm not mistaken. So they are coming out somewhat soon, comparatively speaking to most Black Series figures, most Figuarts figures. These do have a close release date. As far as if I were to get them, which ones would I get? If I were to get one, I think that this is the one that I would get. I just, again, like the helmet design a lot, and the spear that he comes with is pretty neat. Although, out of the accessories, the spear that he comes with is my least favorite. Then I would probably get this one. I like this design. I think the helmet's cool. Not super Star Wars-y, but still very cool, and I very much like his weapon. And then lastly, if I were to get the set for some reason, I would go with this one. Not a big fan of that helmet, but I do love the spear that he comes with. So there you go. That's my thoughts on these 3 Praetorian Guards from The Last Jedi in Figuarts form. Let me know what you guys think of these 3 figures, and thanks so much for watching.